Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if you want success in a plan that's clear, if you want success in a plan that's clear, Tyrik's the mentor you want right here.
What's the deal, man? Hey, what's going on? You live in tune with the successor, man. Back with another video, man. I ain't gonna say too much. Y'all see what's going on, man. Y'all know what's going on. You've been here for a while since a game changer. Hey, go ahead, let me know down in the comments below. Man, I need y'all to comment, like, but most importantly, share the video. The video don't do nothing. I don't really benefit or get any kind of traction or exposure if you're only liking and comments. So it's important that, man, share the video with somebody. Click the button down below. Literally share this content, share this video if it's a clip, if it's a full thing on my YouTube. Share it, man. Sharing is caring. Remember that growing up as a kid, man, sharing is caring. Like, sharing is gonna be the most important thing. Comments, man, give me some feedback. Let me know what y'all liking, what y'all not liking, you know, what you want to see more of. I'm spitting some real wisdom, some real game, man, you know what I'm saying? So I put a lot of time into the craft, into what I'm bringing y'all, man. I'm not just making videos just to make videos and just throw out garbage, essentially, you know what I'm saying? I want to work on and actually be critiquing myself and making sure I'm bringing y'all better content, you know what I'm saying? Filling in the gaps where there may be some. But look, hey, we're gonna put some paint where it ain't today. I'm bringing y'all a very important segment, man. This one's gonna be titled, we're not doing questions today, man. I'm gonna probably go with the title for this one being having no boundaries. All right, having no boundaries. I'm gonna just get right into it, man. Look, because I ain't got much time. I know y'all probably ain't got too much time either, but you need to hear this. So go ahead and get your pen and paper together, man. Let's take a little notes. Like I said, put the title for this video is going to be having no boundaries. Man, when you structured up and you got some real game about yourself, man, you really out here in the world, you've developed in a way, man. This ain't no beginners. This ain't for no beginners, you know what I'm saying? It's not a beginner's course. It's not as a beginner, you still gotta have boundaries, you know what I'm saying? You know, when you start bowling and you gotta have the bumpers on the lanes, you know what I'm saying? Or when you first get in driver's ed, you gotta have the person with the steering wheel and the brake to control the car. But you know, when you get them L's, man, when you fully licensed, when you fully with no restraints, man, you can drive after 9, drive with 10, 5, 6 people in the car, whatever. It's not a limit. You know, there are no restraints, man. You can do what you want, how you want, because you've done the right things to pass and do the rules. Now, that doesn't mean you want to start breaking rules and veering off left and, you know, saying, trying to do our own thing. No, not at all. So what we're going to get started with, man, have no boundaries, all right? Stop playing it safe. That's essentially what I mean by that, man. Having no boundaries, stop playing it safe. Man, I was listening to a mentor of mine, man, Triple G, Game Guy Goldie, to be exact, man, one of my mentors. And bro, he just kind of going over certain things. Like, we a lot of times play things so safe. You know, we play things so safe, and we're playing it so safe that we're not even really risking anything, risking to lose anything. Which means if you're not risking to lose anything, you're not going to gain anything in the return. You're not going to gain anything in return. So I might share a little. All right, bet. So you're not going to gain anything in return. So to have no boundaries, man, to stop playing it safe means basically to stop playing things close to home. Go out and risk, take chance, you know. So one of the first things that I would say, man, that you can put down under this having no boundaries, kind of give y'all some steps, man. Look, get your game together. Get your game together, okay? When you are structured and you standing on what you working towards your goals, man, you doing what you're supposed to, stand on your principles, man. Look, you already got the tools to win. You got the tools to win. Now, in order to start doing things with no boundaries, you know, if you ever been, I remember when I started plumbing. Tell y'all a little story. I first started plumbing, man, 4 or 5 years ago now. And I had been in trades, but plumbing was new. You know what I'm saying? I had always been, like, I never been a lead on my own jobs or anything like that. I always worked with somebody who was the lead, and I followed them. But getting into plumbing after I got out the academy, I was a lead instantly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going on into people's houses, I'm quoting jobs, I'm making sure I'm getting the parts material list and everything. And I had to always call my supervisor. You know what I'm saying? My supervisor, man, shout out to D. Hey, man, and he used to always, we get on the phone and he'd tell me what parts I needed to order. Was I, diagnosing whatever the issue was correctly? Was it done wrong, incorrectly before? Is it done right? And all I got to do is a simple swap out. I had to play it close. I had to play with boundaries on. I was scared to give, tell somebody that they had all this stuff wrong in their house and give a X dollar amount estimate. I was playing it safe. Man. And, quite frankly, it was cool though. It was comfortable. And y'all know how I feel about comfortability, man. And knowing this, like I said, I've always had this way of thinking, man. I've been doing this. I've been doing mentorship, man, and high level thinking for a long time now, man, since I was in my teens. So here it is now. At this point in time, I'm in my, my 20s, and so I've already got this way of thinking. But I'm comfortable with this though. I'm comfortable with just being able to play it safe, play it close to home. But I started realizing that I wasn't really scoring big. I wasn't getting nothing. A little bit that I was getting crumbs, from people that were getting whole pies and whole cakes. So I'm seeing other people doing. I'm like, all right, I need to change my game up a little bit. So I do what works best for me, man. I get the mentorship. I start getting the answers to the questions that I had. All right, that's the next thing you got to do, man. You got to find you some sort of guide. Okay, that's gonna be number 2. So when you structured up, man, you see things are working for you. But we need to be able to identify what is the issue. What can you do more of? What can you be better at? Whatever it is that you went to. So I knew, I'm on these jobs every single day. I can write up better quotes. I can write up better estimates. I need to stop telling people like, oh, it'll be okay. Like, just when it goes bad, call us out. Like, because some people really are proactive. Some people want to get things taken care of beforehand. They don't want to wait till it's a problem and then address it. Everybody know, at time that's how I was thinking. Everybody don't move like me. So let me give you all your options. Let me lay out all your options, and then you can choose what works best for you, and I can run the play, man. So I use that as an example because as I started getting that mentorship, getting that following, that guidance, my supervisor, who we had a real close relationship, man, just on a more personal tip than a business tip as well. But getting the game, man, I'm getting the sauce on like, all right, look, you go in, you tell people, look, man, you're not just trying to upcharge them or sell them anything just because, like, you're there to do your job, and your job is to identify things that can be of a safety issue or detrimental to, property damage, somebody losing their home. Because when you think about it, on the real note, man, plumbing is over 60% of your household. You know what I'm saying? So you got to think that's more than half of the things in your house relate to plumbing, water lines, drain lines, and gas. So I'm learning more about my craft. Like, all right, man, that's some real game. That's some sauce. I got the knowledge together. So when I'm going to these houses, people are asking, well, why does it cost this much? And you mean this has been wrong since day one? It's like, yeah, and it's real important to your health and safety that I'm able to put the pieces in working order. Man, here it is, fast forward 4 or 5 years later, bro, I can walk into people's houses now, or I have so many customers that just trust my statement, trust my judgment, over what I have already done for them, or just the charisma that I got about myself. You know what I'm saying? The aura that I have about myself when I walk in that house. I used to be a little nervous, on edge about things, kind of a little bit of anxiety. I walk in now, man, chest out, chin held high, man, with a lot of confidence, knowing that, look, I'm here to get the job done. There's not nothing in this house pertaining to my trade that I can't handle or I can't fix, or that I can't get you some sort of answer to and put you in the right direction. I know what my skill sets are. I have strength. I've developed confidence. All right, that's going to be that third thing right there, man, developing that confidence. When you have that confidence, confidence, man, in order to have confidence, that means you get results. Hey, I'm 4 or 5 years deep in the game, man. My results are stacked. The small wins are stacked. The small dollar amounts, that was my first couple years. My job's under a couple, like 3, 4, 5K, certain individuals like that. As the time went on, man, look, said we cashing out 10K jobs, 20K, 30K. We closing big ticket checks. You know what I'm saying? Because I've perfected my craft more and more. You know what I'm saying? Perfect practice can get you perfect results, but will never be perfect, man. But the best, at least we could do is practice perfect. You know what I'm saying? We can try our hardest to be and practice as best we can to be the best. So that's what I knew. Man. That's just what I continue doing daily, man. Look, small wins daily lead to massive success in your future. You know what I'm saying? So understanding that and knowing that early on, look, I knew I was gonna be good. I knew I was gonna be good, man. So when I had that confidence instilled me to continue to walk out with my chest up, or chest out, my head held high, and other people could see that as well too. So I never had to do any convincing, because when I'm telling them what I'm seeing that I know is wrong, they already trust the judgment off of the confidence, man. I'm leading with that. When I come through the door, I'm leading with the confidence. That's why I can do things with no boundaries. You know, I don't have to have a routine when I come in the house. Hey, we can start with the issue. I don't know why I keep doing this. We can start with the issue that you have at hand, that you know of, or hey, I can start somewhere where you think everything is good at, and I can verify that for you, give you some peace of mind, or hey, tell you, hey, this is actually a concern. This isn't doing what it's supposed to be doing. You know, so having that confidence, man. Again, we start with the structure. You know what you're doing, you know what you're going after, and you develop some sort of standard structure. Boom, goals. All right. Then you putting in the work, you showing up daily. All right, that's number 2. You showing up daily. Number 3, man, you got that confidence. You get results. Okay, you know you've identified what you need to work on, and you are putting more into that. Okay, now I'm not the biggest person on doing necessarily putting more time into what you're not good at. I don't really believe in that. I don't really believe in that. You know what I'm saying? I don't really focus on I don't want to say my non-strong points, my non-strong suits. You know what I'm saying? I focus on the things that I'm very good at, and I keep working harder and harder at that to perfect that. Remember, we don't want to just be good. I don't want to just be good. I want to be great. I want to be outstanding. I want to be exceptional. So I'm putting more and more time. You think Steph Curry, man, when he got the 3 down, he got good at threes, and he was like, all right, that's cool. You know, I'm straight. I developed on my 3. Like, let me work on, you know, my defense now, or something like that. Like, something that he's just not too good at, because he is a defensive liability, you know. So, but he perfected the 3 points. Like, look, if I'm gonna be a liability because I'm a little bit smaller, slower on the defensive side, I'm going to be such a threat on the offensive side that guys are going to be worn down trying to keep up with me, that when they get on the offensive side, he's too tired because he's been chasing me around the court. I'm running here, I'm running there, I'm taking 3-pointers from 40 feet out. They can't do nothing with it. They got no answer for it. Get back on defense. Look, he's tired now. I can play a little bit better. I can put, you know what I'm saying? So he's not focused on what he's weak at. He's pursuing and perfecting what he's strong at. Okay? Again, this is why you can have no boundaries, because when you're doing things like that on a high level, on the highest level, man, nobody can tell you otherwise. Nobody can tell you otherwise, because you're doing it at such a profound level, in such a great level, in such a great way. You're leading with the confidence. You have the structure added on with it as well too. Man, they can't slow you down. So hey, if we know that he excels in this area, we're gonna leave him there. Man, look, do what you do. We don't care how you do it, just get it done. And that's why, man, a real player, he can play and move with no boundaries, with no rules. I don't need the bumpers on myself, man. I can bowl without them. Let's say I got the curve on the bowl, man. I can get it right up on the edge and cut back and hit the strike. I don't need the bumpers, man. Because if I had the bumpers, if I had boundaries on myself right now at this point of level that I'm at, man, I could be playing it too safe, or I'm trying to take those risks and play it close to the edge. You can't, man. You holding yourself to a chain, man. You like a chained dog, man, on a warm day. He wants to be free. You know, you're gonna feel that way over time, man. But starting out, you sometimes gotta be in that lane, man. I know when I told you about getting started from the beginning. That's why I said, man, this is like a level 2 to the game, man. It's some esoteric wisdom for y'all, man. I ain't gonna play with you, because it's really that serious. When you start playing and cut the boundaries off your life, man, and stop playing it close to home, you'll see that your earnings, your winnings, everything that comes back to you is that much more. You know, if you keep betting small, you always gonna hit small. But if you bet large, man, you aim for the stars, man, you just take it as far as you can. That's what you're gonna come back with. You know, open up your mind. You know, so I'm gonna read something actually. Let me see if I can get it, man, because I was in my duff the other day, man. Let's see what we got. You know, I was talking about being with your game being so put together, man. Your game tight. I gotta find it. Let's see if we can get this. Oh, I can't get it right now. You know, that's why y'all need to be in the chat, though, man. I can't even get it right now. It's a couple days up. It's not where I thought it was. But really, I was just going in depth on and speaking more on, like I said, cutting those boundaries, man. We stop playing it safe, stop playing it close to home, taking those chances, taking those risks. You know, I've never had a mentor that didn't take a risk. You know, people that never took risks or that played it safe or that never really wanted to give more or do more or push it to the edge, put their back against the walls. Man, they lived a comfortable lifestyle. Y'all know how I look, man. You do what you does, but you know, a comfortable lifestyle will only take you so far, and it takes a lot just to get comfortable. So if it's hard getting comfortable, why not? And it's hard to do anything really. It's hard to take a risk as well too. I'd rather take the hard route, take the risk, and know that I could live beyond being just comfortable, other than playing it safe, where it's hard enough to play it safe and you know what you're getting. You know you're getting the bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? So look, stop playing it safe, man. Cut the boundaries off on yourself. Look, when you cut those boundaries and those restraints for yourself, you're going to feel more free. You're going to feel more of a man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel more of a man. You're going to know you're really out here doing things. And look, when you mess up, because you will mess up, believe me, you will mess up. Learn from that. Learn from that. And you already going to know, man, because if you made it to this point, if you made it this far, to come this far and ride the bike without the training wheels, to bowl without the bumpers, man, to take the restraints off yourself, to free yourself from them shackles, and you know you've earned that. You've earned that, and you won't do anything to jeopardize yourself having to go back to being in them shackles or playing it safe with them bumpers. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, when you drop those bumpers, man, when you break free from that, you playing in deep waters, man. You swimming with the sharks now. You swimming with the killer whales. You know, something like a gargoyle or you know what I'm saying. I know I'm all over the place with the animals, but look, I'm something like a killer whale. We being for real, man. Look, hey, don't come out here with the killer whales and you a little poach. You know what I'm saying? A little something tiny, a little bluegill. You know what I'm saying? Look, you need to strap up, man. Strap your nuts up, man. Let's get it. Let's do this. You know what I'm saying? Because when you play with them restraints off, man, you take these risks and you start living your life differently, you're going to see so much come to you in return, man. Abundance, opportunities. They're going to line up for you. All right, man. So remember, we got structured up standards, details, all right, things like that. Your goals. What are you achieving? What are you working towards? When you have that set and you know what that is, identify where can you be better at, or what are you good at that you can improve more on. All right, if you're good at, you know, making the sale, if you're good at kind of setting the play ups for somebody else to make the sale, if you're good at doing the work yourself, actually putting your grind in, if you good, whatever it is, whatever skills, whatever you doing out there that you working on, man, that you going hard behind, that you working towards, find out what you do very well in that. And then, man, that third thing is, man, get some results so you can get some confidence. Stack your results. Small wins stacked daily lead to an abundance of success, man. Your future going to be so different. Think about how it's going to end, how you want it to end and be, and not about how it should be, all right? We always think about where we're going, never complain about what we don't have, and we're never talking about or stressing about what we don't have yet, all right? So let's get to it, man. It's another day with the successor. We in the lab. I ain't gonna hold you too long today, man. This is some real game that you need to hear, that you need to share. Pass it on to somebody, man. Hit that share button down below. Hit the subscribe button to the channel if you're not subscribed. Turn on the post notifications if you are subscribed. And man, look, make sure that you spreading the word. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thinking, what you feeling. Kind of videos y'all want, man. Y'all want more short, long content? Y'all want more questions to ask, man? I got plenty questions still we can go through and do. Or if you like it, man, straightforward to the point where you get in that game, man, and you get some steps to how to conquer the game. All right, man, holla at me, man. Live in tune with the successor. Remember, man, it's a talk show, not a podcast. I'll let your boy. We out.